Or we could go to the moon and get...
Just what will become...
Weird. Jean said this is where the event is supposed to be, but there's nothing here. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, that sure brings back memories. God, even after all this time, this place hasn't changed one bit. Workers... Well, we still need to find Jean and the others. Yeah. Remembers, there used to be hydro slime hiding here, but it's gotta be gone now, right? Whoa! A fungus? Are those supposed to be in Mondstadt? Not that these are a real threat to us at this point, but still!
They said this isn't hard enough. Should I grab a geobishop for the next round then?
Is this really the time to get competitive?
Did you hear that, Paimon?
Hear what? Huh? Why did someone hang Jumpy Dumpty mines all... What? But they don't look alike. Not a lot of people come here, but a bomb's still a bomb. If someone gets hurt by accident, Clee's gonna get marched... Yeah, but let's take a picture with the camera before we take them down. First the fungus, and now this? If it turns out not to be event-related, it'll be good to have a record of what we found. You couldn't just compliment Paimon's smarts like a regular person? Whatever. Paimon will take it. Better than being called emergency food, at least. Anyway, it never hurts to be careful. We've seen through lots of tricks, but we've also gotten... Come on, let's get that picture. picture taken. Then... Fireworks! Guess there was no danger after all. Were those meant to welcome us or something? Anyway, we should be good here. Let's keep going. Huh. What was it Paimon said back then? Ah, right! Oh, wow! That's a statue of the seven! Among the seven gods, this god controls the wind. You remember it's weird, though. It seems like there's something different about it. Let's take a closer look. Huh. Paimon's next line was...
As we all know,
Right! Poetry and language flow like the wind! Look! There really is something wrong with this statue of the seven! Okay, I'm unsure of it now. This can't be for an event. No one in their right mind would replace that huge statue of the seven with a statue of Klee. Yeah, but that's not the point. You're not weirded out by this? Oh, you're right. This must be Alice's. She could put 100 Klee statues all around Mondstadt and Paimon still wouldn't be surprised. That explains the other weird stuff we saw up till now, too. She must have asked Jean to write that letter. No, wait! Maybe that was Alice just pretending to be Jean. Paimon, yeah. The surprises were nice, and this statue is pretty cool. Plus, we got to take a little trip down memory lane. Makes Paimon feel, oh, what do we do now, though? There's nobody around. If this is some sort of elaborate prank, guess we're in it until the people behind it jump out and say, gotcha! Huh? What does that mean? Oh, yeah. Guess all there's left to... Maybe it'll give you the power of pyro or something!
The world opens itself before those with noble hearts.
Sparks and splash! You were right! Alice is full of surprises!
Resonate. What does that mean? It's like how I'm the spark.
Good guessing on your part! Let's keep going and see what else we find!
Go now.
Yes, now we're really too late.
Whoa! since he's here, that must mean we're about to meet another old friend in these woods. Was tainted by the abyss, and Tone Deaf Bard was about to. But your control over Animo wasn't so great. But you've had tons of practice since then, so mistakes like. Well, this is awkward. You really hung Paimon out to dry there, Traveler.
Apologies. You were just even livelier.
Which means mission accomplished on the surprise.
Yes, indeed, that was
Ha! So you were watching us all?
What a delight. Welcome to Mondstadt, you two.
lovely to see you, dearies. So what's the verdict? Did our special welcome ceremony meet the mark?
It was very... you, that's for sure. Paimon can't believe the Knights of Favonius let you go that far. Where'd you move the real statue of the Seven anyway?
Oh, gracious me. You still haven't figured it out. If I had actually done something to that statue, I would have been locked up in the teensy room next door by now. Certainly not my idea of a pleasant afternoon.
So, what's going on here?
Now you're asking the right questions, Paimon.
The answer lies over here.
Nicole? You're here too?
That's right. Our two lovely mages are here on vacation. In fact, but I'll leave the explanations to Miss Nicole. I trust you're well acquainted with her skill at explaining all manner of magic and phenomena.
Yep. We experienced that first.
This bubble is a new kind of magic Alice and I invented. Inside it, when you were busy reading that invitation to Mondstadt, Alice took the opportunity to place you within it.
Oh, we didn't even notice.
I wouldn't be much of a dodo king if I couldn't pull off a simple trick like that.
All that to say, the things you saw weren't real. They only exist within this bubble. Except for Venti and Dvalin, of course. I invited Venti, and he brought the dragon along.
It's not every day you get to relive the beginning of your journey. It feels like listening to it. You might not remember the name or melody, and still, you start humming along in no time. I'm assuming your trip down memory lane was similarly nostalgic.
So does Jean know about this or not? Paimon started...
Oh, no. Jean wrote that herself, I assure you. I wouldn't dare forge a letter under her name.
So you do draw the line somewhere.
Not with my daughter in her clutches. If you ever become a mother, you'll understand.
Oh, come on! It's not like she's being held hostage.
The point is, this magical bubble was created with the expedition in Nodcry coming to an end.
Varka thinks it's better to give people time to reunite with their families, so he told Jean to hold off on a huge welcome. Of course, Jean has her own thoughts on the matter.
As things stand, we're keeping the reception small, but there will be some activities. This magic bubble is one of them. The returning knights can use it to catch up on all the major events that have occurred in Mondstadt while they were gone.
Simply put, it's a reenactment of your adventures.
Indeed. The ultimate goal is for everyone to have a chance to take...
So, what about the parts that took a few, creative liberties?
Oh, those were there because the bubble world is still being transcribed and debugged. Memories are easy to extract, and the resulting information density is fine, but it's not exactly a stable medium. If memories are the only thing used to recreate a world, it's hard to ensure a lack of deviations. For example, these memories belong to Venti. But even for someone like him, whose memories are quite reliable, not to mention, on their own, memories lack an interactive component. So I added some self-deductive capabilities to this magic.
Yeah. That, makes sense.
For instance, say we're recording memories and Lisa happens to fly into a fury over some overdue library books at the same time. A powerful thunderstorm might unfold in the bubble world out of nowhere. Luckily, there's a simple solution. We just have to send someone to scout things out first. Then we can—
Exactly. Plus, once the recording is complete, the magic will loop, so there won't— and before it's all said and done, we'll be sure to cover up your identity, Venti.
Much appreciated. Otherwise, buying around at the Angel's share is gonna be much more of a hassle.
Like you're the one who does the buying.
It's settled then. We'll allow you to be the first to relive these precious memories, and in return, you'll be our eyes on the inside.
Yeah, but it sounds like fun. Besides,
Oh, no, Paimon. That one was entirely—
what? Seriously?
As the creator of this world, I'm afforded a bit of creative license, I would think. Creating this bubble was no easy task.
I doubt anyone will mind. As far as I'm concerned, you're free to—
Oh, well. Paimon can't argue with that.
In that case, we'll be counting on you to continue.
It's still early. Why not check out the other events at the testing grounds in the meantime? Jean should be there too.
Yeah, we'll go say hi. She's the one.
Think nothing of it. Now that the world is at peace, you two are overdue.
Oh, and didn't you say Kleiner would be making the trip with you this time, Alice?
He's been delayed, I'm afraid. Troublesome happenings on another planet. And of course, just when he jumped through all those hoops to make it back to Tevat, Dottore starts causing trouble. The border is a terrible mess even now. So, unfortunately, his vacation has been postponed. Just yesterday, he did give us a call on the Dodo communication device, though. As you can imagine, Klee was pleased as punch to hear her dad's voice.
I see. Being a seeker is a tough job.
Dvalin appeared a little late, but his sparks and splash triggered a deep magical reverberation. Background music needs to start half a second late. I should put another instance of— and now the diagnostics are failing? I just don't get it.
Nicole, dear, stop fretting. You're projecting rather loudly, you know.
Every detail is within your control, huh? Color me impressed.
Yes, good work. We'll go with the—
Hey, Jean! We're here!
Honorary Knight. Paimon, did you have a good time in Alice's magic bubble?
Yeah, it was so cool.
I'll be sure not to spoil it then. I imagine you might be interested. I loved the idea when Alice brought it up, but I knew it would take a great deal. Luckily, Venti, or rather, Lord Barbados, agreed to help. After that, I opened up recruitment. Countless volunteers jumped at the chance to reenact your stories, Honorary Knight. It took me 2 days. A lot of people have gotten involved, and that includes—
Are you one of them?
Yes, according to Alice, I'm one of the leading ladies.
Yeah, there are other activities here.
Well, such are the duties of the acting Grandmaster. For those of us who have been holding down the fort, so to speak, the return of the expedition team, the Grandmaster contacted me and said not to organize a grand reception on their behalf, and I'm sure the team will be exhausted upon returning, and making a big fuss might just...
I'm sensing a butt in there somewhere.
Yes, well, those of us here in Mondstadt resuming normal life after such a long expedition will be quite an adjustment. An official welcome might help them, not to mention, it's a chance for the people to show them no matter how long we've been apart, we're still... Yes, absolutely. And I don't know, perhaps I am overstepping.
So, besides the whole...
Here, I'll show you. First, this is an arena we've set up to showcase Favonius blade work. The cavalry company is in charge of this one. I'm sure there will be some excitement.
Ooh, that means we'll get to see Kaya on...
That's right. Compared to me, he's much better at keeping things interesting, even when the
Here as modest as ever.
Over here, we're running a wind glider speed shooting event. It's not hard to guess who's in charge of this one, I'm sure. Yes, her gliding skills are top-notch, and she's quite creative when it comes to event design. There's also a booth that will serve as a reception area where people can relax and chat with you. Hertha is in charge of the drink stall, but we're still working on the menu.
Well, the more alcohol options, the better, I think.
Fair point. Huh?
What's with that, Faye?
Grandmaster, you're back? Has the entire team returned as well? Apologies, we're not quite done with the preparations, but I assure you, it's limited to what you see here. We're exercising the utmost...
Hey. Relax, Gene, relax. No need to get all formal with me. I split from the group to make it back first. Pretend I'm not even here. Besides, I knew you'd want to surprise us, no matter what I said.
Oh.
If I didn't tell you to put on the brakes, I knew you'd go full throttle and start planning the next Ludi Harpastum or Windbloom. You put so much pressure on yourself, diving headfirst into the deep end without thinking about how much is on your plate. I just didn't want you to overwork yourself, that's all.
Oh, wow. That's actually...
Well, looking out for my fellow knights comes with a job. As for the event, food, drink, and fun in spades without too much pomp and circumstance. Yeah.
That's far too kind, Grandmaster. But...
I mean it, you know? Just trust my judgment. Now that I'm finally back in my old stomping grounds, let me treat you to a meal. I'll even introduce you to the Good Hunter's secret menu.
Oh, nice!
What's wrong? Not hungry?
Actually, Grandmaster, there's a few things I'd love. Perhaps we could go back to headquarters first.
Hang on, you know this is just a pit stop, right? There's not going to be time for me to take over the whole shebang.
Of course. Still, you are the Grandmaster.
Oh, you have no idea what this means. I'll be trapped in the office until tomorrow morning.
It's not that dramatic. If we make haste, we'll finish before dawn.
As much as Paimon wants to check out that secret menu, you...
All right. Oh, let's go. Guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Hello there, Honorary Knight and the Helper in White.
It's so nice to meet you, Honorary Knight and Lady Paimon. Glenfidia, at your service.
Looks like you're in a good mood, Hearth. By the looks of things, you're about ready to open?
Indeed. Thanks to some help from the Angel's ship. Besides all the classics, we also mix cocktail.
Cocktail? Do you remember that time we served as bartenders at the Angel Share? And recently you've...
The only thing is, our current drink selection is quite traditional, and it stopped feeling fresh long before the expedition. But I need to get back to handling resident requests. And Honorary Knight.
You'll be amply compensated, of course, plus double pay for overtime, depending on your performance metrics.
Paimon's not sure what perform as the best guide into that. Paimon needs to keep up with the changing...
I'll do my best to support Lady...
All right. Well, if you're ready too, then let's get...
Oh my, it looks like Hertha has gone back to her duties, and Glenfidia is away somewhere too. Has our dear cutie taken complete charge of the drink stand? Wonderful. Now I can order without worrying about ending up with one of the logistics company's specials. The type of drink that keeps you awake all night, leaving you no choice but to pass the time working. That's right. I'm just a carefree librarian now. If only there weren't so many people with overdue books, and I didn't have to go door to door to get them back. I would have dropped by. Let me think. I don't really... And if it could help me nod off to sleep later, that would be even better.
Here's a snow-kissed dawn. I hope you like it.
It's delicious, cutie. Pleasantly tart, sweet, but not cloying. If anything, though, I seem to be feeling a little more... Perhaps you've unwittingly unraveled Glenfidia's secret and concocted an even more effective pick-me-up? Don't worry, there's no rush. Let's chat for a while. Take your... Since you're asking, it's been a bit of an unusual day. There's a chef, fresh out of training in Fontaine, who's recently taken up a position at the Goth Grand Hotel. She borrowed our most valuable book, the Mondstadt Millennial Compendium of Desserts. Apparently, she plans to use dessert-making techniques to improve the taste of various savory dishes. Something about reducing their greasiness. Indeed, and judging by the results, she rather overdid it with the caramel sauce. What should have caramel sauce is such a fantastic ingredient, you know? It never fails to please when added to improving food, I suppose. Isn't always a... Oh, this? That was for a large contingent of the expedition team will be returning to Mondstadt soon. They've been away for such a long time, so Jean asked me to visit some of their families to try and get a better understanding of what new ingredients might satisfy our knights' changing preferences. Well, they've all devoted their blood, sweat, and time based on what I gathered. The most requested ingredient was cacahuatl from Natlan. It seems in their letters, many of them mention that they rely on cocoa to keep themselves energized. I've tried hot cocoa myself, and I must say, I find it just as effective as... Surely you're not suggesting I'd take this opportunity to sneak off on My investigations into Mondstadt's lesser-known drinks took me to Dawn Winery, where I had a little chat with the head housemaid, Adelind. On my way back, I ran into Emmetall out on patrol. She'd encountered some monsters she didn't know how to deal with. I accompanied her on a detour to Wolvendom to teach some raving hounds a lesson. It's been a while since I've had such an invigorating workout. Lately? So careful. Is that because you think that I, too, might have changed since we last met? Or simply because you can't remember? Not bad at all. Back in my student days, I might have been drawn to every new and exciting ingredient I read about. Constantly expanding to paraphrase a certain Leewed legal expert, my life is fast approaching a state of living out one's golden years in peace and comfort. I'm no longer so easily moved by it. I'm sure you remember, a few years ago, when we were adventuring together, you found me that sweet-tasting alchemical ingredient. Well, my tastes haven't changed a bit since then. As expected, cutie, your brilliant mind has...
Finished. A new creation, custom made for you. This should help you fall asleep quickly and guarantee you peaceful dreams. It's called a slumbering rose.
From the colors to the choice of glass, everything's been careful based purely on appearance. It's like savoring an exquisite dessert before taking a stroll along the shore of Cider Lake. With the gent, I no longer feel drained of energy. I'm actually starting to feel a little sleepy. As a bedtime drink, so good in fact, that I feel like writing an article to extol the virtues of the slumbering rose. I can use it as an opportunity to crown you the new maestro of mixology. Speaking of lakeside strolls, why don't you? Any walk would be more relaxing with. Then, when we get back, you could fix me up another glass of and I'll make justice when the time comes.
Good afternoon, traveler. I didn't expect the honor of witnessing your harmonizing talents here in Mondstadt. Both, actually. A lady calling herself a mage asked me to come manage her flower shop. At about the same time, the Cat's Tail commissioned me to create a new fragrance for their establishment. Ending today's busy schedule with a drink crafted by you in person is truly a wonderful I have faith.
Care to give this a try, Miss Emily?
Your artistry is true. This tastes like a local variant of a Lumideuse Twilight. The gentle and elegant taste, with its distinct layers combined with a hint of Mondstadt's characteristic scent, offers, though in reality, there's no need for you to be so conservative. I have quite a high tolerance for flavors that stray outside the boundaries of conventional wisdom. Your drink was nice, but it would be perfect if you could make one with a little more depth. A cocktail that shows up if you need time to mull things over. Oh, thank you for asking. It's been going well, though this trip to Mondstadt has presented. When I first got here, I was relying on a copy of An Overview of Aromatic Substances and the Human Sense. To my surprise, my trial fragrance, which used valberry as the primary note, proved far too sweet in the context of a tavern, relaxing people so much that they ended up feeling drowsy.
The bartender with the beautiful ears, for instance, fell asleep right at the bar. Let's just say that sweetness isn't always a case of even in daily life. In the end, I completely eliminated Valberry as an ingredient and turned instead to... They're part of my reward from the flower shop owner. Important ingredients for making perfumes. I studied Mondstadt's Cecilia flowers many years ago. In fact, however, this is a special case. Some cats are quite averse to the scent of Cecilia, and we need to be particularly mindful of their preferences. Windwheel aster. The various parts of the windwheel aster plant can be ground into a powder. I just took it for a little trial run at the cat's tail, and the cats seem to really like it. Extracting exquisite fragrances from ordinary overlooked ingredients. It really is. A while in such conditions, when scents are blended well, they naturally come. It seems when mixed properly. Yes, that's it. Usually, after work, my friends from the Maison Gardiennage sometimes treat me to a few drinks. I usually stick to fruit tea. That way I can get, if it's before a holiday and my friends are in high spirits, there was an officer named Terena who used to treat me to aged Corte wine. But since she was transferred to the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, in the world of science, high-proof alcohol is a widely used salt. Besides, when I'm slightly tipsy, my state of mind changes, which in turn so I don't mind drinks. Just from perhaps you possess a natural
Here you go. A new and improved Emily-inspired...
The colors are cooler. Are these bright specks on the surface the crushed petals and leaves of windwheel act? I'm sure it must taste wonderful. Let me try. In the language of flowers,
The Windwheel Aster represents your cocktail not only captures their form, therefore, I suggest you call this drink the Winds and Clouds of Mondstadt. Really? Now it's time to slowly... Thank you so... This is the most memorable Once I get back to Fontaine, I will attempt to recreate this moment as both once I perfect... Until then...
So you're looking after the drink stand now. If I'd known sooner, I would have stopped by this morning. I've got to say, I'm getting curious. I've heard a lot about your mixology skills. I wonder what kinds of drinks you can mix with the ingredients Glenfiddich has prepared. I don't have much of a choice. It's just one thing after another right now. First off, the Knights of Favonius annual combat assessment is coming up. And as the captain of the reconnaissance company, I have to lead by example. At the very least, I need to rank as one of the top 3 captains in the practical portion. So, I've been intensifying my training lately. Being a descendant of sinners means I have to work hard to maintain my position. I'll have you know I've never... Anyway, on top of all that, the General Affairs Company has invited a renowned champion duelist from the court of Fontaine to come here for a swordsmanship exchange. Since I'm one of the captains with the highest attendance rate when it comes to these things, and I'm fairly skilled with a claymore, I was chosen as a representative. I have to prepare thoroughly to make sure I'm a serious match for the champion duelist. And then after the exchange, I need to write at least 6 different reports based on the results. Oh, I sure could.
One twinkling starlight for Captain Eula. Hope you like it.
Judging by your confident tone, I'm certain I will. Huh, not bad. Sweet and tingly, with a delightful airiness, I suddenly feel full of vim and vigor. But just one glass doesn't quite scratch the itch. How about something with a bit more bite? Don't hold back. You don't need to worry about putting me on the floor with nothing but a couple of drinks. Works for me. The first company hasn't assigned me any paperwork for tonight, so I'm free to catch up and... That's right. The merchant I got it from called it Romaritime flower fruit extract. It has a very unique smell. Here. Oh, it's a necessary courtesy. In that book Miss Magistus lent me, the blade dance after a duel, a Fontanian swordsman will politely invite their defeated opponents to a bank. To properly play host to Miss Clarande, I searched for quite some time to locate a rare goods merchant in Dorman Port who sold this juice.
But Amber said something that makes a lot of sense. She said that even if this custom doesn't really exist, following it still shows I've made an effort to understand Fontaine's cultural heritage. Besides, who doesn't like trying new things, right? I'll treat Miss Cloran to this juice at our post-training banquet. Yes, I have. For a while, the situation there was difficult. A gang of outlaw engineers was messing about with some sort of mechanism control technology, attempting to manipulate ruin graders so they could. To make matters worse, several veteran knights who had been stationed at Dorman Port were transferred to my squad, and they weren't happy to be taking orders from that Lawrence girl. Leading them on this mission was quite eventful. It took 3 weeks of stealth operations in the snow, with no fires to keep. Those veteran knights faced the bitter cold and were almost taken down by the enemy's smuggled battle mechs. Fortunately, the battle went our way, and they had no choice but to acknowledge my abilities. Me? I'm completely fine. But thank you for your concern. It was mentally tiring for sure, but fortunately, the operation wore them down far more than it did me. They won't be questioning my authority again anytime soon. If any new recruits try to make my life difficult, I'll just have my veterans give them a few friendly pointers. I guess you could call them a permanent solution, huh? If you want to know what I've been eating recently, I'd better start by mentioning they launched a diet improvement initiative and started distributing a form of standardized canned food to knights operating in the wilderness. In the past, we only had dry rations. Every mealtime we had to set up pots and campfires, roll dice to choose a cook, and take turns standing guard. In all honesty, now we just need to bring our standard field rations, comprising of 5 cans and 9 paper packages. We can heat the cans by the campfire, and then we're ready to eat. You did say, sounds like, right? Our canned food supplier has quite the The problem is, in order to meet preservation standards, they have to make their military-grade meals way too salty. The vice captain of the 5th Company, who has a somewhat dry sense of humor, went so far as to say, this food's bad enough to bring down the wrath of Li Yue's stove god. In any case, after eating it for a week, my taste buds have gone completely numb. You can hardly blame the logistics company. After all, it is, of course, having fresh meals prepared in camp by Oh my. To be honest, I'm eager to begin, but also Miss Cloran's combat style comes from the mysterious Marechaussee hunters. In the library, there are some old Fontainian newspapers from hundreds of years ago that give some idea of how formidable an organization it was. A more recent newspaper claimed that Miss Cloran was an orphan from an underwater kingdom, and that before battle she would perform rituals inviting spirits to possess her sword. Assuming these rumors are true, or that Miss Cloran's abilities might even be more extraordinary than that, it's important that I'm prepared for anything. Incorporating elements of swordsmanship into a drink? Huh. Certainly a creative idea, I'll give you that. I sure could do with an energy boost, but how do you plan to... That definitely matches the description I read in that book. That's right. You really know your stuff. I doubt there's anyone else in all of Tevat who could come up with such a perfect metaphor. There's no need to make it sound so fancy. It's just an aristocratic variant of Favonius Firewater. In recent years, firewaters gained popularity the world over, following in the wake of prosperous Snezhnayan merchants. These days, almost every tavern has a signature drink that uses it as a base. You really are good. Why don't we try replacing the fruit wine with firewater? As for the alcohol content, that's not a problem. Plenty of the expedition team may have drunk themselves senseless with firewater. But me, I'm full of confidence. Brilliant! I'm looking forward to seeing how you do.
Here's your all-new Seafoam Sword Song, mixed to meet your personal preferences.
Oh my, what beautiful colors. The aroma is perfect, and I can smell the alcohol, but it doesn't... Give me a moment to come up with the right words. I need to think carefully. I know it's unbecoming of a lady, and a proper connoisseur would savor their drinks slowly, but I'm sorry, this is just too good to be true. Can you mix me another? Oh, no, what was I going to say? I've completely lost my train of thought. Whatever. I feel fantastic. This cocktail, it's the best I've ever had. I think I'm gonna head home and get some sleep. Don't worry about me. This is the happiest tipsy I've been in years. By the time I've gone a few rounds with that, Miss Chlorinde, and completed my reports, I'll have been on duty for 3 months straight. Jean, the acting grandmaster. Isn't it about time she gave me some time off? I won't be forgetting this injustice in a hurry. You mark my words.
Suspicion confirmed. While patrolling the area, I was sure I'd sensed a familiar presence, so I came over to take a look. And sure, if Miss Charlotte were to see you like this, I'm guessing she'd take 100 pictures. Sword-wielding traveler, secret side hustle, exclusive cocktails from Tevat's Explorer Extraordinaire. You'd make the front pages of every major newspaper. And there'd be crowds of Fontanian tourists flocking to your drink stand. Luckily for you, I turned down Miss Charlotte's request to accompany. And on that note, that look on your face tells me you have a lot of calm and
Your caramel blaze is ready. Try not to drink it all in one go.
It sure lives up to its name. The color reminds me of a raging fire. While that it's quite strong. I'm all right. I just need a little time to get used to it. As I recall, the last time I drank alcohol was at a wine tasting event that Navia invited me to last year. I only had a small sip of Sassica wine. From a purely rational perspective, but when Miss Farina saw me off at the docks, she mentioned that Mondstadt is the land of wine and poetry. Since I'm here, I thought I should at least try the local specialties. In fact, according to my intelligence, the captain of the reconnaissance company, who I'm preparing to spar with, has quite the refined taste for fine wine. Her publicly available battle reports are truly a sight to behold. Out of the utmost respect for her skills, I feel compelled to deepen my knowledge of Mondstadt's wines. I truly appreciate all the trouble you're going to. Huh? Does that mean once I return to Fontaine, perhaps I can let Sigewinne know that I'm not sure I'd say that. On my way to Mondstadt, we happened to take the same boat. Naturally, I've often heard Sigewinne praise her work. After conversing with her on the journey over, I must say, she is indeed a rare and refined individual. She's gentle and composed, yet keeps others at a distance. Perhaps it's due to her profession. I find this approach ideal. It allows one to maintain a lasting sense of inner peace. Oh, thank you, but there's really no need to set anything up. Our work rarely intersects, and our social circles hardly make for a Venn diagram. Best to just let things take their nap. When I'm working, I often drink coffee. But with meals, I prefer a lighter tasting drink, like Buell fruit juice. Since I eat a lot of meat, the slight acidity of the juice helps balance out the greasiness. After the swordsmanship exchange, the Knights of Favonius rather kindly treated me to some. I had 8 different meat dishes, and all of them were excellent. The portions were huge. Of course, there was still room for improvement. When catering to tourists, the sticky honey roast and pile 'em up I've certainly tried all the red meat dishes. I think I've had enough calories to sustain 3 days of vigorous work, so I've had to decline all subsequent dining invitations. To be honest, I can still taste the grease. Indeed it is. The knights codenamed Hazelnut 3 and Hazelnut 5 gave me this crest. I must say, it's exquisite. They told me the design has only just been finalized. Apparently, it's only presented to important guests. They said they're making a badge for you, too, but it hasn't been finished yet. You're not wrong. I guess it's similar to how I can't remember the name of every clerk in the Palais, but I'm certain you'll get to know them in time. They're clearly seasoned veterans. Even though they work desk jobs, after handling my affairs, they headed to the tavern for a gathering, saying they wanted to continue last night's duel and determine who had the highest alcohol tolerance. Drinking barrels of beer the night before, yet being able to work with clear minds the next day. So what you're saying is, while Mondstadters may seem... I've seen a little. I took a stroll around the city the first day I got here. Navia's done some rather extensive research on this place. Many of the scenes and illustrations for the tabletop troupe were inspired by View. However, the way she describes the atmosphere in her world building is quite different from the real Mondstadt. The deepest impression I've got since arriving here is one of swords and shields. Perhaps because I've most recently... The newer weapons and armor produced in Mondstadt have been created using a completely different heat treatment process. While this has slightly reduced their overall toughness, their impact resistance has greatly improved. These newer weapons give off a smell like overbrewed coffee. Perhaps it's because that scent gave me such a positive first impression. You see, Fontaine's signature metal, over time, the faint fragrance becomes overly sweet. And for some reason, it makes my teeth feel funny. I don't imagine the scent of Mondstadt's swords and shields would cause the same level of irritation. Of course, there is a solution to this problem. The next time you find yourself in Fontaine, there's another protective agent. If you also dislike being bombarded with sweetness, this protective agent should suit you well. Are you already planning the details of our hypothetical? Based on my previous experiences with alcohol, I guess my tolerance is similar to Emily. So when the time comes, I think you'd be better. All right, Even if it's still a bit strong, I'll do my best to finish it.
All right, this new creation is called Leisure Time Lightning, a cocktail made exclusively for champion duelists. Enjoy!
Have you added fruit wine? It tastes wonderful. There's a subtle saltiness that combines well with the tartness of the fruit and the sweetness of the caramel. The color of the wine also fits well with the name, and the lightning imagery contrast. But where does the leisure time part come in? I see. That certainly matches the impression this cocktail gives me. Its unique aroma and taste will hold a special place in my memories of Mondstadt. Do you think, if the chance were to present itself, you'd be interested mostly for Navia and Miss Farina's sake? Though obviously I'd be more than happy to try more of your masterpieces myself. I understand. I won't try to strong-arm you. In any case, thanks to you, whether I'm faced...
Huh? Is that Miss Honorary Knight? Yippee! It's you! Auntie Eula told Klee that Miss Hertha had found someone amazing to help out. Seeing you here, Miss Honorary Knight, Klee knows this must be the best drink stand in all of Teyvat. You mean this stand isn't already the best? Well, out of all the drink stands Klee's ever visited, Miss Honorary Knight's is easily the best. And no matter what drinks Miss Honorary Knight makes, Klee will definitely think they're yummy. Oh, you want me to be mean? Let me think. I know! I'll pretend to be Albedo! Whenever Albedo reviews Timaeus' work, his face goes super serious, and Klee can hear every word he says. Get ready for Klee's super amazing order! I'm going fish blasting with Mom soon. Don't tell Master Jean, though! So, Klee wants to order a fair weather frolic. Anything like a bright sunny day will definitely put Klee in a super duper mood.
Your Fairweather Frolic is here. Go on, give it a try.
Wow! So, a Fairweather Frolic is this color? Purple sky. Is it supposed to be a bright, shiny night? Clea will take a sip first. Ah, finished! Yummy! Both sweet and sour. If Clea drank this while eating grilled fish, I could, but one drink isn't enough. Clea wants to try a drink that tastes like cake. Clea doesn't... 3 square meals? Clea often eats 5 meals a day, sometimes even 7. Adventuring takes a lot of energy, and if I eat too much at once, I can't run so well. Albedo used to prepare all Clea's meals, and my lunchbox was always arranged so neatly. When Albedo's busy at Dragonspine, Kaya's camp is usually the neatest, while Amber sometimes camps in the trees. It's so much fun. Oh, and Auntie Hertha makes the best food. When my mom comes back, there'll be even more yummy food to eat. There's this one dish where she takes loads of different fish and makes them into little pudding cubes. It's called rainbow fish jelly. Her Chocogo Crunchy slices are fantastic too. It's her newest creation made with chocolate. Whenever I eat them, I feel so full of energy. Yeah, when Clea gets back home, I'm gonna eat some salted nuts while reading my book. Clea used to eat cake after dinner, but Master Jean said it's too sugary, and it's not, so Mom got some advice from Auntie Barbie, and now she gives me nuts instead. She says they help my brain remember things better. Nuts don't have much flavor. It's like chewing on grass. This stuff? Mom taught me out a dash of sugar, then a lot more sugar, then some flowers from Mom's friend in Fontaine, star honey from Auntie Barbie, and finally, some magical jam from Auntie Tavia. Put everything together on the alchemy table, wish for the shape you want, then recite Mom's incantation, and poof! Dodoko Clea can give you some Dodoko candy too if you want. That way, you could make your own candy whenever you want. If you get stuck, remember to come ask... Yeah, Mom gave me an amazing book recently. She said I have to read one chapter of that book, taught Clea how to make something called propellant. Now Jumping Dumpty can go and bounce even higher. It's not hard at all. In fact, it's a lot like making bombs. You just have to be careful when trimming it down. It's like sharpening a pencil that could suddenly go boom. Bedtime's an important part of Clea's schedule, too. Mom sits by my side and tells me all kinds of wonderful stories. She has a lamp made of gemstones, and when she turns it on, it goes kabling and lights up the ceiling. Yeah, when something happens sometimes Mom falls asleep before the story ends. So as soon as Clea learns how to use the lamp, I can... Clea's still wants to eat sweet things, like cake, for example. Maybe we could just go easy on the cream? Oh, right! That friend of Mom's who's always wearing glasses gave her a big bag of Fontanian Buell fruit. They're so round and rolly. Klee ate a whole bunch of those, and they were super sweet. But Master Jean said it was okay, because sweet fruit isn't the same as sweet sugar. So if Klee really has to eat nuts, maybe... Yeah, that one Klee's looking forward to finding out how tasty your next concoction is.
Ta-da! It's done. I just know you're gonna love this new creation.
Wow! There's Dodoko candy on top! There's so much orange in this cup, and Dodoko looks like he's lying on top of white fluffy clouds. And the weather inside looks much better, too. Yummy! It's so delicious! Klee has to drink slowly. I can't just gulp it down, or I'll miss all the yummy flavor. Miss Honorary Knight, this is amazing. It's like you mixed sunshine with dew. Klee was so tired from playing, but you're the best, Miss Honorary Knight. Really? Let me think. When the weather's and when Dodoko sings, Klee wants to sing too. So, let's call it Dodoko's Duet. Thank you! And thanks for making such a yummy drink for Klee's gonna go tell Mom that the best drink in Mondstadt right now is Dodoko's Duet. Klee's gonna write down Mom's incantation and give you a copy, Miss Honorary. Then you should learn magic too. See you next time!
So Hertha's even roped our honorary knight into helping with this little venture. When we were discussing the drink stand earlier, I took one look at the menu and could barely contain my excitement. Now, it's finally time to sample the finished products. Can't wait to see your skills in action. Give me something that goes well with casual conversation, but still packs a punch. Of course they don't clash. A drink that packs a punch means you have to drink it slowly. And if you want to chat, then it has to go down smooth. So, something with a sweet aftertaste. A conversational connoisseur. The most suitable choice on this menu would be... It's not enough to know the recipe, though. That's the spirit.
Grand Master, I hereby present you with this thorny lake for your enjoyment and assessment.
Well, the color and aroma are certainly on point, but as for the balance of flavor, not bad. You haven't overdone or skimped on any single ingredient, though unfortunately, it's a little too, polite for my tastes. Perhaps I should have said modest. You followed the formula to a T, but were you worried that deviating just a little might disappoint me? Hey, we fought side by side and dealt with things that even gods were loath to meddle with. Ours is a French. That said, if you ask me, you can ditch the nerves and work your mixologist magic. I'm looking for something that shocks the senses. Mull it over, there's no rush. We can chat while you think. Who knows? Speaking of this garden, it brings back memories of something that happened when I was young. I like to find ruined guards to test my fighting skills, both armed and unarmed. Once, I failed to take as punishment. I had to run 50 laps around the city, repair the watchtower, and help rebuild the shattered walls in this garden. Indeed, among the misadventures of my youth, this is one of the most memorable ones. Mostly because that day, Crepus saw me covered in dirt. He took 2 bottles of 100-year-old wine and sent D-Luke, who looked even younger than Mika does today, to work out a clever way to get rid of Faru, who was guarding me. It was so hot that day, I could swear I was about to pass out. On a whim, I picked some mint leaves, put them in one of the wine bottles, and the result turned out to be surprising. After Crepus tried it too, he was full of praise. He even wrote up an official recipe for my spontaneous. His customers loved it. Several summers passed, and Crepus kept writing letters about giving me a share of the profits, as though I could possibly accept. Yes, good old Crepus. Faru retired years ago, but he still gives me a stern stare every time we meet. He's a stubborn one. D-Luke, who replaced him, and then Kaya, who took over later, both performed impeccably. Changing times will always belong to the youth. When I get the chance, I'll have Kaya show him the amazing progress the cavalry... Well, let me think. I guess you could say it lacks impact. Even when following the same recipe, the techniques used to mix different ingredients can affect the... Sometimes, deliberately creating layers between... In this regard, too, you've taken quite a tentative approach. Why not be a little bolder? Ha ha ha. You can't... Pretty awesome, huh? It's like a hammerhead that you can fill with wine when you're not using it to pound in nails. It was a gift. Huffman came up with the idea, Charles supplied the design, Wagner helped cast it. And about 10 or so nights chipped it, they've been waiting to have a good drink with me. And this is my crucial weapon to aid me in a fair duel with them all. I'm the Grand Master, after all. I've been drinking a lot longer than them. I've practiced more assiduous, so it's only fair to my subordinates that I drink a teensy bit more per round. Wouldn't you agree? Of course, some of them have been training as long as I have, and those take Hazelnut 3 and Hazelnut 5, for example. Both were skilled warriors who helped me deal with Eric back in the day. But nowadays, I have them helping Jean with miscellaneous. At today's after-work cooldown, they insisted on trying to keep pace. In the end, they lost our game of darts and ended up passed out on the floor. I've already told Jean that I won't be approving their leave request for tomorrow, no matter what. It's a treasured place that the Knights of Favonius have maintained for years. So it makes... I heard that while the expedition was underway, you were a great... Sometimes, I look through the photos I've been given from those events. My conclusion is that Mondstadt needs to do more to popular... If I were in charge of organizing events, well, I suppose everyone would revolve around fine wine, or at the very least, for example, we could go all in on this drink stand and open it to the whole city, with every company of the Knights selecting one or more mixologists to compete against each other. If I were to actually throw a grand banquet, Jean would come after me with her sword drawn. Even Frederica would launch a punitive expedition. While in Notcry, we had a rule that knights must never get drunk while at their posts. Otherwise, it could lead to dereliction of duty with serious consequences. Exactly. As expedition members return to their companies, my hope, just like Firewater and Smedina, these Notcry delicacies have made their way into Mons. Young people need to learn restraint. At the end of the day, no one should be biting off more than, unless it's someone near my level, they shouldn't even be thinking about enjoying a light buzz when they've still got work to do. Most people would just end up a whole lot. You should come practice with me on weekends. Trust me, once I've drunk them under the table, they'll be swearing off wine for a whole week. Huh? Oh, whatever you're about to do, I've got a feeling.
Here you go, Grandmaster. A cocktail just for you. I guarantee you won't find this one too polite.
Such a spirited drink. How did you make this? Perfection. It's clear that once you let go of your inhibitions, that first hint, by the time the sweetness dissipates, the firewater is already slipped in behind your guard, ready to deliver a powerful strike of intense. That's the most ingenious part. It's hard to imagine something this good was created by a mixologist who doesn't even drink firewater. I think it has the potential to become a firm favorite in Mondstadt and Notcry. Iron Wolf. Oh. Perfect. Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we name our Knights of Favonius' drink stand after you? Let's call it the Honorary Knights Cocktail Shack. No time to waste. I'll go have a word with Glenfiddich right away.
everyone hears you did a great job holding down the fort while she was out delivering drinks with Glenfidia.
Whatever the reason, the honorary knight is clearly one of the... Considering how short a time she's been doing this, I believe that someday she has the potential to give the legendary bartender at the Cat's Tail a run for her money.
I fully support your decision, Grandmaster. The drink stand will remain open for a little while longer to provide a proper welcome to our returning expedition member.
Hooray! Everyone in the Knights of Favonius will get to drink...
Nothing short of what I'd expect from a true disciple of Hertha. You've...
Also, if I may, Honorary Knight, regarding the special cocktails you've developed, would you mind leaving the recipes with us?
Paimon feels like there's some based on your personality. That way, customers will know who inspired you to create these amazing drinks.
No problem at all. If you need, I can even have someone draft the paperwork on your behalf.
I hope when we recruit some new bartenders, they'll be able, even if they can't quite match your work, if they can be 2/3 as good.
Even Master D-Luke!
Jean wanted my input on everything. Even though I left the Knights, he didn't stop me from leaving back then, or throw any administrative roadblocks my way. So I owe him one.
Well, I was sad to see you go, but your mind was made up. And anyhow, you're an adult. As long as you're prepared to follow through on your choices, who am I to stop you? And let me tell you, my rebellious streak was way worse back in the day.
You look pretty
Yeah, didn't get much sleep at all. And now my head's killing me. My terrible memories of being Grand Master came rushing back at once.
The Grandmaster's wording is somewhat misleading, so allow me to elaborate. We made quick work of our tasks yesterday, much to the Grandmaster's great pleasure. So he hit up his friend Charles for a few drinks.
You know how it is. When you're catching up with an old friend, a few drinks turn into a few too many. Am I right?
Ah, so you're just hungover. Ugh, and Paimon was starting to feel bad.
I see. Understood. I just received word from the knights stationed at the venue that the setup is complete. You can start today's story at any time. Ask away.
Ah, you mean like how only you could have pure... That ability is unique to you. And to be honest, a lot of people might not even know you're capable of something.
Don't worry. I thought about that. The story told within the bubble has some jumps. I've deleted the parts that might complicate things. The remaining content doesn't require the participant to do much of anything, actually. It should be like watching a play, except you get to walk around as you enjoy the performance.
Wait! But we ran into a combat encounter.
We'll take care of that. Alice and I want this to be an experience, even if the parts you're testing today are more stable. Of course, when you access the dicier sections, be sure to keep our
Speaking of Alice, where is she?
Clee demanded some playtime with her mom. And of course, as far as Alice is concerned, nothing is more important than a request from her daughter.
Yep, that checks out.
Ha ha ha. Well, let's get this show on the road. I'm ready.
Whoa! Dizzy! That's gonna take some getting used to.
Ah, Looks like we've jumped forward a bit since yesterday. We're at the Favonius Cathedral now.
Wait, is this the bit where we borrow the Holy Lyre? Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
Don't worry. See, here comes...
Word from the Knights of Favonius is that the Fatui are planning to steal the Holy Lyre der Himmel. Unfortunately, that intel... A conflict between the two parties is ensuing inside. If the Fatui succeed... Well, come on. What is it?
Oh, so that's how we're explaining this part.
It's all thanks to that
I'm just reading the lines Miss Nicole gave me.
Don't worry. Our operation isn't that strict. If there are slip-ups, I'll just...
Wait, that was Nicole's voice? Where's it coming from?
Probably that small bubble.
That's right. This is a kind of communication magic. If you get stuck at any point...
How very convenient. I suppose, given how the story is progressing, we don't have to worry about...
That's right. Obviously, we're not including the stealing part in this version. After all, the Fatui were the ones who ended up with it. Borrowing, stealing, leaving out that detail doesn't change Anyway, the Knights are currently fighting to protect the Holy Lyre. Varka and Jean are already in the...
I wonder what would happen if, this time...
That would... complicate things. Worst case scenario, we might need to do another take. So if you could refrain from going...
Okay. Someone's got an axe to grind.
I doubt you need a hint for this area.
You're just in time. The situation is not looking good at the moment.
Yeah, it's turned into quite a mess.
You're not bad, boy. Against the Fatui, though, you'll need to try.
You ain't messing around, huh?
Oh no! If this... Oh, sorry. Paimon can't do this.
Yeah, it's kinda hard to get in the zone when our...
Let me see here. It looks like magical autoload has been disabled, so the Fatui costumes didn't appear. I'll get that fixed. Just ignore the problem for now and continue.
Got it. In that case, I'll evacuate the members of the church right away.
All right, As you see, Traveler, the situation is dire. We need to retrieve the Holy Lyre and get it back to headquarters.
Looks like the Fatui are tied up fighting the Knights. I doubt they have the manpower to spare to deal with us.
Which means, if we rush in,
You all sure are getting into gear.
If the conflict really had escalated to this point...
Yeah.
When your free time is as precious...
I couldn't keep up with you after all, Grandmaster. It's like you...
Expeditions have a...
I never thought I'd get the chance to spar with the cavalry.
I'm always up for a duel, as long as you treat... stand in our way. You'll face our Harbinger's wrath soon enough.
What a coincidence. Or perhaps...
Yes, well, this looked like the most... I'd prefer to get this over with and return to my...
Of course. After all, this place suffers from a dire lack of comfortable chairs and good tea.
The Holy Liar! There it is! Well, well, well.
It seems our outer diversions were most effective. The knights know not that the true danger lurks right beneath their nose.
It's no wonder you're known as the youngest, most capable electro-assistant mage in your unit. You can read our enemy like a book.
No! We're too late!
Put the lyre down.
You heard her! Put it down and put him up! Or this is gonna get ugly! Wait, why are you the only one with a costume, Fischl?
Why? Because I fashioned this headpiece myself, of course. How does it look? I am the spitting image of an electro-assistant mage, am I not?
And I suppose I look enough like an electro-assistant as I am.
Hold on. Trying to distract me with conniving conversation, are you? Ha! You underestimate me. To think I would appear before you without full confidence in my victory. Go forth, Oz. Sissons, the holy Lyre der Himmel belongs to the Fatui. Whoa, that was fast.
Fischl is... the Fatus is getting a win!
Here, take it away, and don't let them catch you.
That's nothing the gliding champion of the Fatui can't handle.
That goes against gliding regulations!
Pretty tough, aren't ya? Well, let's see how you handle this.
Paimon thought the Adventurers Guild were the only ones role-playing as Fatui.
Just thought I'd lend him a hand. Fischl didn't have time to make me a cool hat, though.
Amber's over there! Let's get ready to land!
Here they come! Positions, everyone!
So this is where the chase ends this time. Wait a minute. This isn't what their hideout looked like.
Yes. I remember it being much more run down.
The Lawrence clan lived here for a time, but this doesn't look like...
Must be a bit of creative license.
Alice said the original was too run down and didn't fit her aesthetic, so we repurposed some assets from the Golden Apple Archipelago. As you can imagine, Alice has always been a go big or go home kind of person.
Yeah.
Still, our mission remains the same. We're here.
Yeah. And
never doubts what their eyes see. Both now warn you that this is the end of the road. Give up and turn back while you can.
That voice!
Mona? Oh, you mean Barbarloth's student.
You know about her? But Mona came to Mondstadt after your expedition left.
Well, I had regular contact with the Hexen Circle, so her name came up now and then. The whole thing about her messing up and being too afraid to go back? Yeah, I know that too.
What? But how? No one in the Hexen Circle should know about that.
For real? Sorry, but I'm pretty sure all the mages know.
All of them?
I'm afraid so. Oh, except Granddaughter, I suppose.
Fine. That's just fine. It's not like the old hag's gonna come find me in Mondstadt to settle the score, right?
Anyway, how do we cross?
Aw, come on.
I'm not. This is unrelated.
All right.
If you want the
Try to keep up! Oh, hey!
Hello, Grandmaster. No. Wait.
I would think you have bigger
It's locked in the back room, but good luck getting in there.
Wait, but in real life...
Yes, but there are 3 locations to visit. If there was only one key, all our actors worked so hard.
Fair point. They're playing through the story just like us.
To be honest, when I first read my lines, I was... But when I actually had to stand up again... I mean, Mr. D-Luke practically had me in a cold sweat.
Really? I only had one line.
Aha! Yet in a game of cards, it's the ones that remain unturned that strike the greatest fear in your opponent.
That's right! And I've been told you have quite a few... anyway, you...
One moment. We can't quite... It would benefit the...
All right. I told you everything I know. Now leave me alone.
And off he goes.
Huh?
The road ahead is almost completely blocked. Looks like this person isn't taking visitors. Yes, we'll just have to be careful. We need that crest.
here first? Ha! You've been warned. Continue.
Brace yourselves.
Gotta say,
Well, actually, Aunt Alice was planning for me to play Dvalin if the dragon himself. Apparently, there's a spell like the one used to make simulacra.
That does not sound like a good idea.
I have to agree. That sounds like a.
I don't think I'd be very good at playing the evil dragon. Luckily, Dvalin agreed to take part after all, so my role was switched to Timid Fatui Guard B.
well, that's a
Oh, because Mika is guard.
As expected, Alice.
On me.
Looks like we were followed.
Stand aside, but this time, I'm fully locked and loaded! Come on, kid! Let's finish what we started!
Miscalculated. Okay. Probably because he had to act like a fatus. At this point, I could take.
It would seem.
Man, their armor is heavy.
Rumor has it, Fatui recruits. Well, even.
Oh, and Bennett told me so. On behalf of.
well, that's
Speaking of, same old same. I do miss.
Without the crests, I can't activate this device either. Man, I thought anyway, if you want.
The Fatus up ahead values wealth. Luckily, I've prepared a
Mona? Again?
What? The more roles you play, the more you get paid. That's what Alice said. I was hoping to do even more than this, but it is what the crest is with me. All I need to know is how much you're willing to cough up to get. Let's talk big. That's all. You have. That's all. Not a chance.
The inside shall be punished.
All right, here's the crest. Huh. Oh, and by the way, word has it you accomplished something major in Nodcry. Well, I spend most of my time staring into a scry glass after all. Hydromancy uses the false stars to reflect true fate within the water. Now, I can't help but... Of course, I need a whole new set of equipment to look into that, which means...
No wonder Alice gave you
generous compensation, minimal manual labor.
It's been a good gig. Plus, the Hexen Circle never promises an amount they can't deliver, even though her daughter is, in some part, responsible for my predicament. That was a long time ago, and I know Klee didn't mean it.
Huh. I guess the moon's a big deal in hydromancy. Just spitballing here, but it kind of sounds like your progress would be much faster if you, I don't know, just contacted Barbeloth directly.
Oh, come on. Enough about that old hag.
All right, we've got all the crests.
Oh, come on. Enough about that old...
All right. This elevator's a bit complicated to operate, so Miss Nicole...
Thanks.
No problem.
Of course you want to make things difficult.
Security's tight around here.
I hope this is safe.
The Holy Liar! Here it is! Wait, but Paimon
Hot-blooded, careless, and reckless heroes! Despair, for you have stepped into my trap! Wait, what? All it did was lock the liar up? Well, I wasn't the one who designed it. All Alice said was that activating it would turn the tables.
That checks out.
They laugh as if they already know what is to transpire. Allow me to clarify before we proceed.
From what I've heard, the Fatui agent guarding this place was given a thorough beat.
So then, I'm the one who walked into the trap?
Do not despair, mein Fräulein. Miss Alice provided us with backup to...
'Tis true, though thine Prinzessin stands on the cusp of defeat. Come forth, my loyal servants! Smite all who stand against us!
Look, the Ravens get confused if they...
Group 2, reinforce! Group 3, Group 4! Oh, forget it. All of you, attack at once! Well, well. It seems I must send forth my most capable servant of all. He shall dispose of you in one fell swoop.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Let's play.
Up the ante! On me.
Our situation is dire, mein Fräulein. It seems this is the end of the road.
Retribution!
Alright. I give up. Just don't hit. Alright. I know when I'm beat. You win.
You were brilliant, Miss Fischl. The recording was fantastic.
Yeah! This role was perfect. Your praise is a compliment to your own good sense. Yet know that this is—
Huh. It doesn't look like the lock is up.
True.
I doubt the mages want us to just...
Perhaps we haven't met a certain condition then?
Oh, wait! Does that mean the beating up part has to happen for this to proceed?
I'm afraid it may be the only way to end this, mein Fräulein.
Very well. I shall allow this trek. Just be gentle.
Huh? Oh, right. I'm on the...
It's open!
Miss Alice Duck.
Congratulations on obtaining the...
Wow! This is quite the gathering. And do you smell that? Oh, Paimon's stomach is there.
Oh, hello. Did you need something? You know, we often threw banquets, but then as more and more of our ranks left on expeditions and I was left in charge, now seeing a gathering like this after all this time, I can't help but feel a bit...
Well said, Treb.
Barbara?
You told me you wanted the expedite, but in my eyes, the feeling of home...
Ah, you're right. And you know, the location isn't the most important factor. I appreciate the kind words, you two. Make sure to do the same, Traveler. Now that we're outside the bubble and no longer in character...
Hey! Honorary Knight! Look up! Pretty stellar view from up here!
Oh, of all the places... Well, to each their own, I suppose. Just be careful on the way up, Traveler.
Want to eat at our table?
All right.
Noelle! I've been looking everywhere for you. Come on, join us.
Just give me 1 second. I need to bring a few crates of drinks over first.
In that case...
Even though I didn't have a lot of lines, I still had fun. Acting out a lighthearted...
Quite a change of pace.
Yeah, this...
As the battle hung in the balance, I spoke an incantation from the Emanachreich, broke through their ranks with ease, and thus the holy lyre was mine. 'Twas light work for what?
Cyrus told me all about it. Having seen it for myself, I must admit, you were quite something, my lady. Why, I bet even Barbados himself would have been hard.
That was Hexencircle magic, not some incantation, but whatever. Guess I'll let her have her moment.
Have a seat. I come bearing drinks. Booze free, of course. Ah, well, that's what being home is all about, right? You think so? Glad to hear it. There's no place like home. That's what people say, right? The cathedral, the statue, the windmill. The further away you get, the more you miss it. I might be biased, but it means a lot that you care about this place. I get that. The people are what make, which reminds me. I never thanked you for helping Mondstadt. It takes a special person to do what you did. Most people are helpless in the face of abyssal corruption. Considering their target was Dvalin, I suppose Barbados could have handled it, even though he hadn't been awake for long. But still, Dvalin is family to him, you know? Not to mention, the Wild Hunt would have reached our borders sooner or later. Maybe you've never put two and two together, but if Natlan's crisis hadn't been resolved, the two abyssal powers might have... Ha! Look at us, taking down the Abyss in two separate nations. Doing the Knights of Favonius proud, aren't we? I guess not. In any case, for a knight, honor... And that's the question, isn't it? Why do we do what we do?
Ah, so this is where you've been hiding.
When did you become such a stickler?
Don't mind grape juice? Again?
You know, Charles would never let me hear the end of it if I started drinking without him.
Disappointing. Oh, I almost forgot. Since this bank...
All right.
Yeah, well, he turned me down. The city is a little too small for him to spread his wings. Even if no one is afraid of him, he could still take out a windmill or two.
Maybe it's time to draft a proposal to build a...
The Traveler's right. If this is what makes him comfortable, might as well let him be. In the meantime...
To our honorary knight.
I often think about our parting at Windrise, you know. And now, the Tsaritsa's plans have continued to advance. Now, only the Pyronosis remains free from her grasp.
But if even the captain couldn't take Malwika's Gnosis by force, I guess we don't need to be concerned about its safety for now.
You wouldn't be taking a dig at someone else's ability to hold on to their Gnosis, now would you, Grandmaster?
Of course not. I'm not one to rub salt in old wounds.
Her harbingers do often tend to take a rather extreme approach. But we would be mistaken to ignore the fact that Senora did not win the Geonosis using force.
Right. You told me about the contract Morax signed with her before his death. You're saying she didn't need to resort to violence in Mondstadt either?
That's right. If she was able to provide a reason convincing enough to persuade Morax, she could have persuaded me no problem. I suppose she just didn't think there was a reason to negotiate. I had just woken up, so I must not have seemed like much of a threat. Honestly, the Gnosis was of no use to me. I didn't care who it belonged to or what means were used to take it. I just knew if I fought her in that moment, the cathedral, perhaps even the entire city.
True. I wouldn't put it past Senora to take civilians as hot.
In the end, though, it was those same methods that led to her end. After all, her third target, the Raiden Shogun, wasn't a big negotiator back then. Perhaps Senora's success in Mondstadt and Liyue convinced her that she was a match for the Archon of any nation. You did the right thing. It pained me to see Inazuma as it was back then. Of course, now the elite force of Harbingers has quite a few missing from its ranks. So I suspect that Tsaritsa, who knows? Perhaps a chance to formally meet her in Snezhnaya might come sooner than we think.
Some of our knights remain stationed in Not Cry. If you need help, just say the word.
The look in your eyes. But my advice remains unchanged. The birds of Tevat, the songs in the cities, the Tsaritsa, perhaps earth-shaking truths and indescribable. All right, that's more than. And still, not a sip of drink for dear old Venti at a time like this? You're no fun, Varka.
Dun dun dun!
Dun dun. Da da da!
This is so fun, Mom!
I think so too. Come on, let's blow them all up.
Mom, when can I play with the magic toy you made me?
Very soon, darling. In fact, it should be ready tomorrow. I just know you're going to love it.
Yay! Can we play together?
Why, of course. We'll have ourselves a splendid time.
I'm not sure. It was like this when I came to check on things this morning.
What? That can't be!
You sure know your stuff, Traveler. That's where my head went too. But I don't know. Something is different.
What does that mean?
It seems to be in an embryonic state. Like,
Of course, the world within the magic bubble is imaginary, so the same should be true of this.
You created this magic, right, Alice? Do you have any...
Ooh, new magic does often come with its issues, so I can't say I'm entirely surprised something like this would crop up. As for a solution, however, I'm afraid I need more information first.
One thing is for certain, at least. Given the current threat, my apologies, Miss Alice. I know you've made a promise to Klee, but I'm not sure you'll be able to keep it.
Have we ever seen Alice look this serious?
Unprecedented crisis notwithstanding, it's too soon to just throw in the towel.
Are we talking about the Klee situation or the Abyss situation?
Both. Now, I have my suspicions, but I'll need someone to head into the bubble and confirm. It's not like we can avoid going in there, right? We have to nip this crisis in the bud, after all.
I agree. We have to take action.
All right. I'll go convince Klee to play somewhere else for now and then head right back. In the meantime, Nicole, be a dear and keep observing the bubble from out here.
I don't know, Alice. There are quite a few unknowns here. It's not like I can force people to head in there and take that risk. We angels aren't miracle workers.
You sure about that?
Fine. I'll do what I can. Just be quick, okay? This is your magic, after all.
Well, guess this is our best option.
The part where Barbados uses the lyre to summon a bit, then everyone joins forces to fight him inside Storm Terror's lair.
Yep, that sounds like...
Well, we've got the gang from back then.
Count me in 2. Potential threat.
Jean?
It's nothing. I was just feeling a bit, nostalgic, getting to work together like this.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, but that was for fun. That which confronts us now is a real...
Ooh, look at you getting us!
Well, I suppose I am a bit too high-strung most of the time.
Hey, don't be embarrassed to say what you feel. I think that's how things should be. Besides, the more you open up, the less people will be surprised like Paimon here when you choose.
Just look at Paimon. No filter whatsoever, word vomits whatever comes to mind.
Ha! It's about time you gave Paimon a compliment, tone-deaf bard.
Before we set off, I just want to stress that whatever has happened, I was able to maintain contact before. But right now, all I can observe within is chaos. So I imagine it might be difficult for us to—
Don't worry. This isn't our
There's also a last resort I can fall back on if worst comes to worst.
You mean destroying?
Yes, if it comes down to it.
All right. I'll monitor the situation from outside.
Understood. Prepare for the work.
All right.
Whoa! Is this Mondstadt? Didn't we all come in at the same time? Where are the others? Look! There's Venti! Surrounded by a whole bunch of monsters! Yeah!
Ah, perfect timing. Come on, let's show these unwelcome guests the door.
Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves. Yeah. Ha.
I mixed together some of the communication and control functions and managed to smash together some items that should give us an advantage. These are medical devices.
Think you can get away? Brace yourself. Yahoo!
All good, Vince?
Very much so, thanks to your timely.
Yeah! The city's
I'm not sure what happened, but the rest of our—
Good point! Look! It's the Fallen! Is that just—
You're right. The corruption has spread throughout his entire body. If we had failed—
Wait! It looks like something's falling!
It's his teeth.
Like the ones we purified?
Yes, but at this point, these, if left unchecked, they will continuously— We also need to get our hands on one of them. No, this degree of corruption cannot be cleansed. Besides, we need them in their corrupted state if we want to summon Dvalin. I doubt the pure sound of the lyre can reach him.
Sounds like this whole thing is still gonna end in a confrontation, though.
Yes. It seems more like an alternate version of events. And I have some idea of how it came to be. Well, monsters abound no matter where we look. You choose where to go, and I'll follow.
Time for takeoff.
Ugh, I'm not in the mood for this. Here we go.
Brace yourselves.
Let's play. Think you can get away?
Yahoo!
Oh, no. My lyre is broken.
for takeoff. Let's play. Yeah, think you can get away? Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff. Yahoo! Hey, D-Luke is over there! Brace yourself.
Verdict is...
Yahoo!
Made it. It looks like Mondstadt is in dire... In the face of an empty city has its advantages. Oh, and this thing.
That happens to be
Wait, what about
No, I'm not sure. Oh, I think I saw Jean on the other side of the city. I was going to head over after clearing out these monsters. We should go help her.
Good idea.
Look, it's Jean!
Hear me.
Time for retribution! Ha! Ha! Ha!
I know everything we encounter in this bubble is imaginary.
Don't worry. As long as we
I see. In that case...
Have you seen Barca by the...
No. He might be at the...
Better to find him soon than later. The Grandmaster is an exceptional warrior, but this is the abyss we're dealing with. You can never be too careful.
Huh? What happened? The statue's broken!
The Grandmaster should be
We're here to help.
Perfect timing. Let's do this.
Up the ante!
Who is one?
Barbados, guide us.
Burn! Ha! Ha! Burn! Up the ante!
Looks like we're all back together. Everyone in one...
Yes.
Now that we've collected Dvalin's tears, the monster attacks appear to be easy. I'm sure you've noticed.
Yeah, we should get out of here.
This place should be safe from monster.
Anyone there?
Yeah, we can hear you, Nick.
When designing this experience, we cut out the part where the traveler cleanses the abyssal power, and we didn't think to replace it with a different sequence of events. I think what Alice and I thought the events in the bubble would be independent from each other, but since the magic is contained in one place, it appears a casual link has formed between all the events within it. And so, because Dvalin was never purified, we've encountered a...
I knew it. So, what we're witnessing now is like an alternate version of events.
Wait, but even if the Traveler never showed up, you could have done something.
The Abyss is a far greater enemy than one person can face. I could have handled that specific situation. If I'm not mistaken, you've seen how that version of the story goes yourself, right, Farka? Through the mage's scryglass?
Yeah, it was a kind of prophecy. In the end, you were able to see...
But if Dvalin was sealed, how did things get to this point?
Because a seal doesn't solve the root problem. Over time, the Abyss would just grow strong.
Wait!
The aftermath of Dvalin break. The power of the Abyss has fused with his flesh and bones. Purifying him now in this state is no different.
So, if we want to...
We have to kill Dvalin. I know that sounds intense, but remember, this is a fictional world. The real Dvalin is right as rain and a lot more mellow than this one, that's for sure. We have our solution, so let's hop to it. Should be a piece of cake for a group like this. No time to lose, right? We've got Klee waiting for us after all.
She's playing somewhere else right now, so we do have some time. Of course, the sooner we resolve this, the better.
You're right. This is the only way.
I know Dvalin means a lot to you. If this is too hard, you can leave it to us, you know? No.
I'll be fine. Let's go. This is it. Ready?
Of course.
Guess I'm the newbie.
What about you, Traveler? This was your first big
I'm not nervous. We've all grown a lot since then. We overcame this challenge once, and we can do it again.
Paimon believes in you.
Then let the mournful cries of this liar, tainted and defiled,
You alright, Barbarian?
turning the surging abyss into musical notes is no simple task, but how could I claim to...
I have heard enough.
This hulking dragon is as intimidating as ever.
Remember, we need to wear him down first before we can attack his weak spot. Yeah! Think you can get away?
Now's our chance. Climb up and attack the abyssal core.
Charge! Thunder!
Time for retribution!
Ha! Ha!
Nice job! One more to go.
Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves.
Sweeping in!
Let's play.
Wait, hear me.
Thunder! Thunder! Burn! Up the ante!
Think you can get away?
Time to switch positions.
Brace yourselves.
Thanks, Gene.
You're here!
I follow the lyre's song, wherever it leads.
Thank you. Looks like the mage's tale isn't over yet.
Might not be a happy ending, but someone's got to strike the final blow.
It's your turn to be the hero.
I'll take knight over hero any day.
La la la! Mom! I'm here to play! Huh? Looks like it was a happy ending. It was kind of like a choo-choo car ride.
Guess it wasn't without some collateral damage.
It's fine. As long as the building itself is intact, I consider that a win. In any case, we were lucky Dvalin arrived when he did. It would have been
I suppose I could have created a gust of wind to whisk us up, but I'm not sure our gliders...
Honestly, after everything we faced, I can't believe Alice still decided to bring Klee in there to play. I mean, can we be certain there aren't other bugs that just have...
I suppose that speaks to the confidence the mages have in their magical...
If I know Alice, the whole bubble could have been blown to bits, and Klee still wouldn't have had a single scratch.
Her abilities do speak for themselves.
So, what now?
Sounds like a great idea. But tonight it's on...
Haha, even better.
Say no more! You had me at fine wine.
All right, let's head over to my place then. You're coming too, right, Jean?
I'm afraid not. There's...
So what? The world's not gonna end if you put...
I suppose that wouldn't be a problem if you head back to headquarters with me after we're done and help make a...
On second thought, how about you just... What about you, Honorary Knight? Gonna tag along? Okay, all's well.
Alice loves going to the library. Let's wait for her there.
Looking for me? I'm glad. I wanted to thank you for helping me keep my promise to Klee. She had a splendid time in the bubble. Nicole came with us to make sure all was in order. You live and you learn. It's rare, but even the Dodo King isn't immune to—
So, it's all—
Yes, quite. The recording work is done as well. It should be smooth sailing from here on out. Nicole will keep an eye on them, of course. I wouldn't put it quite like that. It was more like a fate.
Huh?
Let us not forget the courageous dragon slayer in the story. Well, in real life, he had already left on an— Of course, that doesn't mean Dvalin would have escaped his destined death, for another hero would have come along.
But what we saw in the bubble was what happened after Dvalin broke free.
Dear Paimon, you're free to ponder. Word to the wise. Do not lose sleep over all those what-ifs, over those who can observe fate. See, but all that matters is what did.
All right.
Ah, you're saying it— I suppose some gunk could have stuck to my luggage while I was wandering the border and got mixed into my magic without me noticing. Just kidding. I would never be so careless. Your intuition is spot on, Traveler. What developed in the bubble was an—
What? So it didn't come—
The abyss is perilous, cunning, dangerous, obsessive, and the Hexen Circle has been observing its energies for a long time, and I think Barbeloth's interpretation is the essence of the abyss lies in the hatred carried by all the fates that will not come to pass. This world is filled with conflicting elements. That one thing should happen signifies that these events can be small, almost trivial. I had Sweet Madame for lunch today, for instance. That means the Alice who chose tea break pancakes instead is no more. Of course, they can also be events that threaten the world, such as my friend Rhindotter's decision to tap into the abyss. In that instant, the tale of a future in which she remained pure was gone forever. So then, the question at the heart of it all is this. Why must these fates be the ones to disappear?
Paimon gets it.
Precisely. The magic we wove this time involved recreating the past. However, some of the variables we added allowed, and thus, the abyss showed its teeth. Of course, much like in the end, though, it wasn't a huge issue. Things like this happen on the border all the time. It has quite the victim complex, that's for sure. It's obsessed with entering this world at all costs. And that is precisely why we must protect our lives and those of our loved ones. Because when you think about it, to exist in this world is to be a spark of luck amidst countless possibilities. How—
Alice, you're here. I'm truly sorry about this, but per the regulations of the Knights of Favonius, I'm afraid I must send you to confinement.
Whatever for? Things turned out just fine with the magic bubble. Besides, if that's what this is about, shouldn't Nicole come along too?
It's not about the bubble. We received word that a number of fish have been injured as a result of explosions near Starfell Lake. As I'm sure you're well aware, fish blasting is strictly prohibited.
Oh dear. Run, Klee! Save yourself!
She's already inside.
Guess it's a day of first for the Dodo King, huh?
Oh, farewell forever, traveler. You shall never see me again.
Yes, I received an invitation to exchange but
After crossing swords with Miss
You're quite an accomplished swordsman yourself. Although I suppose that's to be expected of the champion duelist. Even over a few...
For sure. You don't have to worry about breaking stuff.
That's right. There also appear to be automatic harpasta launchers in the area.
Ah, that's one of your local traditions, isn't it?
Why not? You should know, though, I'm not easy to beat at this game. Ah, hold on. No muskets allowed.
Oh, why not? Doesn't it still count as hitting the harpastum?
A sword's range is limited, though, so...
Ah, of course. Then you should use a gun as well.
It sure would be convenient if we could build a choo-choo cart track straight from here to Mondstadt.
An express line right to the best fish blasting spot?
Oh, okay. Might not be the best idea. Razor? What are you doing here?
Fiery woman came to take Lupacol. I said no. She backed down, but then said I would do just as well. This sword is here, for now.
Hold on, let Paimon get this straight. Alice was planning to bring Boreas here, but you stopped her. So, she took the illusion of the sword and left. That would make the trial of Boreas the trial of Razor now, wouldn't it?
We fight. I protect Lupacol.
Wow! Looks like Paimon's guess was spot on.
Not real?
Alice's scheming claims another victim, huh?
Hey there, friend. Well, we couldn't just drag Catherine in here, could we? Not that she ever shows it on the outside, but she's one. I mean, just think about how much time it must take to travel between all the different nations. Anyway, I heard this whole world was constructed for magic. Even the books on this shelf are real. Not a single prop to be found. I really gotta take a better look around once this gig's done. Not today, I'm afraid. The funds I need haven't transferred in yet. Once I've earned enough more from this trip, I'll open up shop at the usual spot. True, but it doesn't seem like the people who created this place set up anything like that. Hey, why don't I go ask for some and then we all... But could we even take them back into the real world? That's the question.
So that's where it was. Diona? What are you doing here? It's my first time seeing these little guys. They're from that. Alice put a version of the cat's tail here and asked me to run it. It has this, and you know what? This is the perfect chance to change all the ingredients. Looks like you're camping. Of course. The only thing missing is the cat's app. But that's not a huge surprise. Cats are sent, so Alice said she would find difference. Then it gave me a few pointers on how to get along. Hey, then you should call this place the Saurian's Tail instead. Weird. Did monsters?
Found it! Barbara, over here!
Coming! Oh, how did this happen?
Barbara and I were just grabbing some food at Good Hunter. But then, how do I even put this? The sweet...
Sorry, what?
That's right. I managed to catch the sweet madame. Come on, let's wrangle this thing so we... Wait, what? Uh-oh. What is it?
More pigeons and forest boars! The rest of our lunch is making a break for it!
You've noticed them too? I've been watching them for a long time. Guess it's just my luck.
Well, actually, they seem to get information a bit slower than the Knights of...
Have you guys ever wondered why they don't just go home?
Maybe their names got skipped over on the mission roster.
I suppose, but it's possible the Fatui stationed them here long-term to...
Either way, we should have Nicole take this tent down. It's making Paimon think we're gonna have to fight someone.
I guess you're...
look local to Mondstadt. Wait,
Hello, you two. Looking, yes, I came to Mondstadt. Then, this lady who called herself a mage told me she had a bunch. All I have to do is manage this flower shop.
Nice! That's...
If there's one trait, I think it would be the feeling I certainly have a lot to reach.
We're looking for things in here that... Hey, since you like them so much...
Really? That would be...
Such a succulent fragrance of grapes.
This is awesome.
Whoever lives in here must be a person of means indeed. Even in a...
Wait! But this is a world inside a story too.
My apologies, but the event taking place at Dawn Winery is not open to the public quite yet.
Ah, I see. That's unfortunate.
Oh, it's Noelle! Hey there!
Oh, hello, you two. Well, Miss Alice thought things might get complicated around here, so she said she needed someone capable who could get the job done.
So she flattered her way into dumping a bunch of work on you?
Oh, no. Mr. DeLuke was there too. He said he would appreciate some help guiding
tour groups from different worlds? Oh, right! The Golden Apple Archipelago, the Valurian Mirage, Simulanka, the gangs of...
Oh, it's all right. I'm happy to help.
I heard this thing was terribly ineffective when first invented. You could only...
But for some reason, it gained traction among adventurers once it...
True, it takes time. It beats having...
But there are so many crystal flies around here.
It's a bit far, though. Does that count as trespass?
I suppose it hardly matters.
The times they are a-changin'.
So it would...
What are they mumbling about? Another tent? Huh. This one's...
It's here because I refused to let that mage use my house as her place, but we still needed an additional rest area.
Looks like we can use this device to keep in touch with the mages or get some hints.
Now that you mention it, the arrangement is...
Nights on vacation, summer, the sea...
However, you're forgetting about the part where we were stranded on a deserted island and couldn't even make...
Oh, I remember.
Fun times, huh? So...
Be my guest.
You know, the expedition in Nodcry is coming to an end. Not that I'm extending an invitation.
Come talk to me when you do have an official invite. The intel I have on hand is pulling me in 100 different directions, but...
That's a shame. I take vacation
for once.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Something wrong, Sucrose?
Oh, no. Master Albedo has always been... Take this, for example. Wait, according to the mages, it was luckily I found.
Well,
Great. Thank you.
a tent tortoise? That shouldn't be here at all.
Definitely not.
Wow! I've never seen such a... There was a time, back when I was little, when almost every child in my...
Oh, yeah!
I had one too, of course.
Quite the hassle to take care of. Small...
Wait.
Is that so strange?
Oh, no! Of course not!
I could bring it back to the church and raise it. It can stay behind the... Can't be too hard to raise, right?
Not happening. The next thing you know, you'll have an invasive species. Just tell that mage to put it back.
Guess that's for the best.